So you just had a strategic planning meeting.
Yes.
And how did you feel about the process? And what did you take away from it?
But this is our second day of doing the strategic planning. And again, these are the big pictures. I think the thing I'm so pleased with today was the customer service, the culture that we talked about, how to build a culture of customer service. I'm really happy with that. And several, and the fact that these are things that we're going to be able to measure, and that this then will go to staff, and then they will come back to us. And so I think it's been an excellent process. A lot of, as Barry said, there's a lot more agreement than there was disagreement, so there was some pretty good consensus.
Can you talk about what the difference is between a strategic plan and a general plan?
Yeah, they're very good, because the general plan is an overarching 10-year plan that involves many more facets that maybe we're not able to get to every one. The strategic plan, this plan, will be 3 to 5 years that we want to stay really focused within the next 3 to 5 years on these issues. And of course, the strategic plan also addressed the general plan. So many of the pieces of the strategic plan will cross over the general plan. The general plan is much larger. That's actually ratified by the voters. And so it's kind of how do we implement the general plan in a way. But there's only so much you can do in 3 to 5 years, and the general plan is huge.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's going to be a really good process, and the mayor has said that he's going to put together a committee of 3 to just really dog this, to make sure that we stay on top of it, that it doesn't become a plan that just goes on the shelf and there it is.
Now, I noticed that there was quite a bit of talk about public safety.
Yes.
But I didn't hear anything about the sales tax that was considered earlier this spring that you said you'll be bringing back
Yes,
this fall.
well, that was actually our number one, was to sustain, to pay down the debt. That was our number one goal, and so that was done at the first session. So that's the first session's goal number one, and that is to make our general fund correct, right? To make it so that we don't have the debt. So that is the number one goal. So of the 4 that we have, that was number one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You bet.
So you just had strategic plan meeting, second of 2, and what was the value that you took from this meeting?
Well, I think basically everybody's starting to get in tune with the whole idea of the process, and so I think this one was a lot better than the first one. I think there was more dialogue, more exchange of ideas. I think everybody is understanding that we really need to define what we're doing, and I think a lot of people came in with some very good input, and now we need to start developing the objectives that we can give to the end goals that we can give to the city manager, so he can come up with the strategies and tactics to carry out the policy that we need. And also, I think this is going to help us start developing exactly where we're going to go in the budget on some of the items.
I see. And we have a general plan that the community voted on already.
Right. Yes.
But this is different in what way?
Well, this is more specific. The general plan is kind of like a long-range vision, and the strategic plan is like a 3 to 5 year plan where we're going to be utilizing some of the objectives out of that to drive the budget. Where, with the general plan, it's not really going to be budget driven. At some point it will be, but the strategic plan is a lot more specific.
And when do you expect the final plan to be brought to you? And so what's the next steps? Let's go there first.
I think we need to continue to develop some additional objectives. We really didn't we had a lot of ideas today on objectives, but we didn't really articulate them. So I think we need to continue to articulate some of the objectives. I'll be working with the city manager on that. And then, of course, the following on to that is getting his selection of menu items that we can look at, so we can start carrying out these objectives either through policy or budget.
So do you expect more meetings like today's with Barry, or do you expect that you'll handle it in-house now?
At this point, I feel fairly comfortable that we probably won't have to have Barry here again. That probably everything will be done with the city manager and the staff.
Obviously, there's a cost to having Barry come, but it seems like you feel like that was a good value for the city.
Well, it's included within his contract that he does for us working as a lobbyist.
Oh.
This is all included in that. There was no extra charge for this.
So that's great. It's a great way to budget. So when do you expect the staff to bring together kind of a solidified plan for you?
Probably after the new city manager gets on board on 10 October. So I'd say within 30 to 45 days after that, we should have.
Probably by the end of the year then?
Yes, definitely by the end of the year. Because, in January we go into the budget. So I want to have this plan done so that it drives the budget.
Not only do you go to the budget in January, you start going into election season in January
yes,
too.
that's right.
So that'll be interesting also.
Yeah.
So you're, as far as things go, you feel like the process was helpful and directed you as a staff or as a council also?
Yes, definitely.
Anything you wish that had been discussed that wasn't yet?
No, I think we hit the 4 areas that I thought were most important, and now it's just getting the rest of the information within these objectives to look at how we're going to.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.